Tak já zdravím, vítejte zpět u Beholdera. Zvažoval jsem nad tím, co mám udělat a jestli si mám vybrat, jestli mám nechat, aby Ariel zdechl, nebo mám nahlasit to, co se plánuje na Ariela, ten jeho atentát a rozhodl jsem se, že nechám, ať Ariel zdechne, nechám ten atentát, prostě bude furt. A jít Dantna a řekni mu o generálovi. Ale můžu mu zavolat? Georgeovi? Call Danton. Takže se mi to je furt to samé, fajn, tak dám ano. Poisoning is the simple way you risk nothing. They'll say it was an accident or a mistake. Everyone knows he's a glutton and an alcoholic. Don't have enough time to acquire the poison. You would lure the butcher into the corner. Our hitman will take it from there. Jak já mám... Okay, what if Mr. Johnson would report me? Ztratil své dva syny. On už tam je, all you need to do is make sure the general's there too, okay? There's a third way, it's the most effective, but there will be a consequence for you. You deliver a box with a bomb to him. Johnson won't refuse a gift from his fans, understand? Jo. That's why there will be an explosion in your building, but only in his apartment. Okay, takže pouze v jeho apartmanu. I will give you the so-called gift, but it's up to you to choose how to deal with that scumbag. Okay? Pamatuj si, my nemáme dost času. Za chvíli se vystěhuje. The box at the corner of the building. Okay, teda. To je on. To je ten sáp. Moment, není to Fufendl? Ty Fufendly! Take my gift from my idol. Jo, to je Fufendle! But I want to have a personal date. To je Fufendle! A co když já mu to tam dám někde? Ano, že stejnak tady. Já mu to teda dám. Give the gift. And a lot of the apartment. Talk about the country. Ooh. Your champagne is here, but there's several kinds and I'm not an expert. Could you come out here and decide which bottle you want? Fine. Let's show the people I'm still full of energy. No ještě že tak. Dirty Hands achievement odemčen. A to je Fufendl. Tak. A... Tak, Bobodán, chuj. Tak a být ním, tak zdrhám. Je formou u sebe tu bombu. No a už ty pičo, vole, ministry. Po mě volá. Dál bude nasrahná. Ministry of Order, why was General Johnson on your property, Carl? General Johnson didn't report his coming and goings to me. I told him it was a mistake to leave the house without a bodyguard. Enemies are everywhere. Aha! What about my reassurance for paying Ariel's bills? There can be no talk about compensation score. You lost only money. The country lost one of its best citizens. Peníze nedostanu zpátky. Ty chuj. Vy svině, nevadí. Aspoň tam můžu někoho nastěhovat. Sonora, pojď sem. Nate, ne? Nechceš náhodou dárek? Za kolik to můžu prodat? Za dolar. Za dolar. Dolar. Zbraň za 6 000. Tak tobě, ty se zbláznil. A vezmu se seznámím se Sonorou. Myslím, že se tak jmenuje. Sonora Vojko. On. Jsem Karolka, jsem Sonora Vojko. Ale ono tam je napsáno on, tak proč jakoby v sukínce? Jak dlouho budete stát, nevím ještě. Přišla jsem tu dělat malý obchodování. Můj bratr Leo Kvicek suggested I'll stay in your building. Jo, Leoš, pamatuju si Leoše, fajný capek. Yes. Ještě něco? Talk about the weather. What beautiful weather, we already have snow up north. A ještě o Leovi. He quit his job and drinks all day. He helped my family to move to the north where he is now we all live in one big house. Takže fajné, žijete ve velkém domě, dobré. On utratil zbytek svých peněz na pedigree chickens. He wanted to sell them to the factory's cafeteria, but they all dried after the first light frost. He was eating them and crying. I came for the fur coat. Je tam. I took the money from him before he spent it on drink, and we have only dog coats. Psí. Četl jsem to správně, dog coats, jakože psí kabaty? Vy jste divní. So since I've moved here, to do. Okay? Ask about the money. No, mezi stěhováním renovací domu a kupování kuřat a kabatu ty peníze nevydržely, možná to begin with, nebylo to ani nic moc. If you could help me invest in a good business, we'll have enough money to buy a vacation home. My brother is a lump who can only see machine tools. I wish I'd won the money I would have invested and make it multiply. You're the same lump he was. Řekl si, že já jsem ten stejný jak on? Asi píču, ty kokot. Tak, co to je? Pick up the phone. To je Danton. Nemůžu ti víc poděkovat, vím, že to bylo těžké si vybrat. Věci takovéhle věci vždycky nechají po sobě jakoby ne stopu, ale jakoby víte, co myslím. But you said there will be a lot of people, I hope this will give you the peace of mind. Want to see, když se naposledy spal. Věř mi, you'll have time to sleep in after we'll deal with those social parasites. 8 000? Ty pičo, díky Georgie. Ty seš kdo? Jean Oirich. A Jeannie. Ty seš kurva kdo? Jsem Karl Stein, dobré. Já jsem Jeannie Oirn, leader of the Women's Work Movement. Our main goal is to free women from the kitchen. Our motto is every woman must have a place at a machine and patent leather shoes for the dance. Are you ready to make a contribution to the freedom? I'm not gonna make a contribution, it's all a bunch of mess. Fajn, stejně to neutratím ty peníze. Tak. Jestli to bude nějaký scam, hej, tak já tě zabiju. Přísahám, já tě zabiju. No dá, come recall the country with it. Tak je to obyčejná otázka, prostě měl ty kohouty, kteří dělají fighty, tak se chci zeptat, za kolik to viděl, kolik mu to jako vyneslo, jakože, protože, i to je business, ok, i to je business, může být business v domu, jako v dnešní době, jasné, je, sami se to vidí, u youtuberů, u editorů a taky těch profesí, ale v také době, představte si za komunismu, kdyby někdo řekl, jakože pracuje doma, jakože z domova. By to bylo neslychané, myslím. Říkám myslím, protože nevím. Ty seš pič a jediné, co tě zajímá. Doslova, já nevím, v jakém roce toto je, ale dejme tak 1980. Za takých 40 let, v takém věku, jaké seš teď, bys chtěla vědět, kolik cápek vydělává 100%. He made a lot of money because he was the best in this business. Tak proč si stěžuješ, že jediné, co mě zajímá, jsou peníze? Však vydělával money. Jaký máš ty kurva problém s tím? Doslova stěžuje si, že vydělával, že nic nedělal, bo choval kohouty na fighty, na kohoutí zápasy a ještě si stěžuje za to, že nic nedělal. Tupá píča je to. Tím to nemyslím, že jako tím, že je tupá, že je žena, ale tím, že on je tupá jako člověk. Hej? Ať se chápeme. A já doufám, vlastně mám, čekal jsem. Those kinds of fights are illegal and he, out of sheer mockery of the law, called his champion Wise Chief. Although he hasn't lost a single fight, he disrespecting our great leader. To ty jsi ještě ta, jakoby z norská Korejka, jakoby. What name for a cock? All of all things, the authorities could be here any minute. Glory to the chief, I left my husband at the right time and found happiness in one factory machine. Tak a chod do řítě. Tak jo, se to je ta nová. No, co ty tu děláš tak dřív? Protože si nechceš pokecat. Joj. Aha, proč teda jdeš dolů si dát čajík, aniž by si ty pičo dala ty své bagaže do svého bytu? Proč? Tak já se seznámím. To je zajímavé jméno. Byla se pomaná po mých babičkách. Krista a Maria? No, but they really like these names. Okay, that sounds weird. I've never heard such tradition. Where are you from? It's velice daleko. Best talk about this with my husband. Okay, proč bych měl s tím kecat s tvým manželem? Life of the border. As I understand, your husband used to be an immigration officer. How did you get it like here? It was awful. There were constant raids and emergencies, and we were always broke. Čili vy jste byli v kuse chudí, dobré. And once the terrorists attacked the checkpoint, and my husband had to shoot him. Okay. That's horrible indeed. We often have to choose between food and heat. My son was always sick, and then my husband started having troubles at work. That scared us. Hádám, že synaček už nežije. That place is no paradise either, but at least it's warmer than here. I hope you'll be safe here. Ještě počasí. It's no resort here, that dust is from the mines. Takže z dolů jde ten kouř, nebo co si, nějaký ten dým. It was incredibly cold where we lived before. Almost everything we earned went to pay the heat bill. So the local weather is nothing to complain about. Okay. A ještě teda ten Gregor, nebo George. Georgie. Zdravím, právě jsme se přistěhovali. Jo, já vím, já jsem vás povolil tu být. I'm currently looking for a job. I applied at the Ministry of Employment. I used to be an immigration officer. Our papers are fine. I didn't know having an accent was against the law. It's just the foreigners are rare here. Is it noticeable? Will we get in trouble? Don't worry. Zatím není problém s tím mít přízvuk. My accents are illegal yet. Thanks, you ease my mind. I got a big family. Not all of them are here yet. Jenom já a má žena. Others are in their way. I have my hands full. There's my wife, my son, my mother-in-law, my uncle, my niece. Okay. Jak se ti vám to tu líbí? I thought moving here would solve my problems, but it's no different from where... Okay, takže není to, je to úplně na stejno jak tam. Spousta mini z těch úřadů, stát to vláda všechno. Jo, to je to. Recently they created a Ministry of Supervision and put it over the Ministry of Strict Control. Úřad známek a úřad dentální inovace. Ježišimarja. In the last news they want to merge a Ministry of Agriculture with the Ministry of Culture. Ministry of Agriculture. We are busy arranging patriotic concerts in the field. Takže ono to nezmění název, jenom že úřad kultury se dá na tamtu kulturu. Nebo já nevím, co je agriculture. Myslím, já nevím, co znamená takom agriculture v češtině. Když tak to bude někde přeložené, co agriculture je v češtině. Beetroot, motherland feast, particularly popular. They're rehearsing a new play called The Potato Flag of International Friendship. Já se mu nedivím, že to nechce poslouchat. Co jsem dělal předtím, immigration, jo, to říkal, whether or not people into the country. Immigration regulations kept changing every day. Well, let's just say there were all sorts of people. You must be an expert on papers, visas, and such then. We have what we have. Tell me if you need help. I can easily spot a fake. Okay? Border situation. Did you know what's up with the foreign travel nowadays? Are we allowed to go aboard? Yes, there are still some other options, though they're pretty costly. George, I'm not sure I should discuss this with you, but can you help me and my family immigrate? Do you want to leave? Or you have... Between us, we moved because I had issues at my old job. I'm not sure yet, but it could come in handy. I'll help you, but it will be expensive. 145 000. It's much cheaper to run away with smugglers. But there's no guarantee you won't be caught at the border. Besides, being an illegal alien in a country to which you are going to will force you to hide forever. I'm talking real papers, Carl. That requires a lot of signatures, authentication, takže skutečně ty... Píče, tak to nezískám nikdy těch 145. No možná kdybych hrál na tu lehčí obtížnost, tak možná, ale jinak ne. There's local ones, but also ones from the country to which you want to travel, but as soon as you have all that, you'll be a real citizen living there legally. You need a document allowing you to leave the country, passport, tickets, etc. If you do, bring it over and we'll talk more. Also, if you have friends here or aboard, we can get in touch with them. Then it will be easier to get paperwork and you'll need less money. Moment, Inga, kaj Inga? To je Greta. Inga. Stoprocentně Stenak se jde spát, tak to je jedno. Inga! Píče, pojď sem. Tak, plány. Však já můžu říct tomu, že George, vole, řekni Georgeovi, ten ti pomůže, ty kokot. To je ten klubuk? Jo, to je Albert. I'm sick and tired of it, Carl. I'm not me, but I have reason to hide this fact. Proč? Řekni mi. I'm not sure I can trust you, but I guess I have no choice. My real name is indeed Albert Magno, okay? And I'm here on assignment from the state. Valverde. Okay. And how is you pretending to be me going to help? Both sides oba strany této války podporují konflikt, pokusu být bohatší. Takže, tým, to jsou mazané. Pokud on mluví pravdu, tak ti vyšší, jakoby ti generálové, ti politici, to oni budou bohatší a bohatší a bohatší, ale ti občany budou chudší a chudší, ale tím, že oni dávají ta vláda ty pravidla, že je zakázané mít gumové kačky, žárovky, tak to už prostě jakože tu nechávají ten lid prostě, už jakože ne, nikam se nepůjde, vy zůstanete tady. Don't interrupt, no one can even remember anyone what started the war. Nikdo si už nepamatuje, jak ta válka začala. Recreated a factory and mine jobs and allows for opportunities to be sent to the battlefield and buried there. The only way to end it is to gain the ultimate advantage. I'm talking a bomb here, Carl. See, you don't even know what I'm talking about, and your country has it. But instead of threatening to use it and thus ending the war, your government prefers to keep quiet and continue sending people to die. But if we get it, it'll end this ceaseless violence in a day. Using it is our other question, Carl. It would leave nothing standing, that's not what we need. Engineer Bastian Wollner let an apartment in your district. He has access to the blueprints, that's why I'm here. Move him into your building and get me the blueprints. Just to report you immediately. This will stop the war. Do you think the massacre will? 40 years. They have been grinding our children into pulp for 40 years. No, 40 let. Wouldn't it have been better for manufactured posts and clothes instead of gunpowder, bullets and coffins? Jo. I know you're going to do something amazing. V tom případě už to můžu... Bastian, Wollner a Clara. A ještě pro mě něco má. The A-bomb blueprint scroll which will help me to as well. Find a way to get it from the Bastian Wollner. Okay. Homeland will never forgive. Moment, ten Bastian mi přijde povědomí. On se mi zdá, že v tom DLCčku Blissful Sleep. Mám taky pocit. Seznámit se. A nazdar krasavče, jsem Clara Wollner. Jseš ženata, ty pizdo! Bastiane, co chceš po mně? Jo, že jsme se nepředstavili. I see the building is in good hands, dobré. Co chcete? I have a delicate or shows a very osobní prosbičku. Tak proč jsi si zebral, když není v tvé lize, ty kokot? I spend most of my time at work and I'm afraid to leave her alone. Admirers are flocking around her. Could you keep an eye on her? Co se to tu děje? Co se tu kecá? Fedorius. Department Bastian Wollner is my employee. What do you want? What do you care? This is a private visit. Jasně, ty podvadíš. Wollner's performance has been lacking for some time. I've long been thinking of firing him, but his wife came to me and offered well herself. She's quite giddy. I'm a bachelor, so I agreed. I have to pay through the nose for the pleasure. But I'm not the only one doing wrong here. Her husband gets none of what I pay her. I don't know what she does with it. She definitely doesn't add it to the family pot. No tak vysmání oca, ty chuj. Moment, Claro. Infidelity. I don't know what you know when your husband answers, you can prove it. Yes, I can. I understand I'm not doing this for myself. He's been close of being far for a while. I have to entertain his boss so he can keep the job. If you tell my husband he'll leave me and quits his job, we'll both starve. Já nejsem ženatý, já jsem už ten vdovec. Čo? Fajn. Co mělo znamenat to hi? Co mělo znamenat to he, ha? I když jsem to neměl dělat z toho důvodu, bo naposledy, když jsem přijal peněze od někoho za krytí, tak někdo umřel. Byl to Loise, kdyby něco, ten kdo umřel. Do piče. Telefon. Telefoník zvoní. Už tu jsem. Standard, these are your assignment results. You have passed the assignment. You have not exceeded the maximum number of allowed violations. Continue working. Remember, there's room to grow. To vše se mi řeklo.
The spark of New Tomorrow movement gradually fanned the flames of a revolution, and the wise leader's tyranny was overthrown. It took years to dispose of the enormous bureaucratic machine, but in time, the people could finally sleep peacefully at night.
Okay.
Freedom of speech and the right to privacy were the first entitlements the new democratic government restored, and every official that misused his or her position was arrested and locked up in the jail cells previously occupied by political prisoners. Although the revolution took many honest lives as well, one can't make an omelet without breaking a few eggs, right?
Přesně tak.
The war raged on for decades, grinding the people into a homogeneous, meaty pulp. Able-boiled youth died by thousands every day in the pointless massacre. And all technological, medical, and agricultural progress was sacrificed in the name of violence. Carl stayed in his first-story apartment. Eventually, he became rich and could buy anything he wanted. But no matter how hard Carl tried to lie to himself, the loss of his family ruined him. He missed Anna's nagging, Patrick's juvenile maximalism, and Marta's happy laughter. The walls of Carl's apartment caved in on him, trapping him under the monstrous weight of his memories and guilt, and he remained depressed and suicidal until the end of his days.
Chudák Karl. Je mi ho líto. A to je konec. Dobré teda. Docela super, trošku depresivní na moje to my liking. Ale jo. Ještě nás čeká The Blissful Sleep DLCčko. Což nevím o čem je, ale dám ho i tak. A potom možná udělám tu hru jakoby znova, ale to bude jakoby pro mě jakože můj time. A dám to na trainee a to bude jakoby osobně, nebo jestli někdy dám stream z toho, tak dám ten trainee mod, tak to mám jakože to nejlepší, co může být. Jinak to by bylo asi vše, čili doufám, že se toto video líbilo, pokud ano, tak hoďte like, pokud ne dislike. Pobírejte, pokud jste nový, okomentujte, sdílejte, lajkujte, to záleží na vás. Mějte se a čau.